Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCraft Inc. Today's episode is between Destiny and Taberu on the map Typhon Peaks. Now, guys, be grateful. My girlfriend has given me permission to yell and scream into the mic for you on this day. Normally, this is a busy day, but we're getting some StarCraft in. Taberu is spawning as the blue Protoss in the top right, and Destiny spawning in the top left. Now, this game is rated 10 out of 10 on GoSuGamers.com. It was a public match, lots of viewers, like actually in the game watching it as it was played. So, this one should be a good one. And Protoss vs. Zerg, I don't think I've cast one of those in a long time. So, Zerg players, you can thank me later. But Destiny, a very popular player. He actually just joined a clan. I forget which one it was, but I'll get back to you on that. Maybe I'll even post it in the comments below. You know, like the description of the video. Yeah, I can do that for you. But Destiny, always known for his infestor play. Always exciting to watch as well because, you know, Zerg don't have that many casters, so the one that they do have is pretty beastly. Just recently got nerfed in patch 1.4 though. No longer does nearly as much damage with that fungal growth as it used to. And can no longer target massive units with Neural Parasite, which I don't know what to say about that. I'm happy because, you know, I like to throw Colossus out at Zerg, and having them fungal or Neural Parasite is not a fun thing. But at the same time, I don't know what to tell you. I love watching it when it's not happening to me. So it's gonna be sad to not, you know, scream every time that happens because it's a pretty exciting moment in any Zerg versus Protoss. And we are seeing nothing. Ooh, we're getting some lag here. We are seeing nothing but standard stuff from both of these players. Walling off, you have to wall off against Zerg, always, all the time, forever. And this probe is doing a good job of stopping that natural from going down when it wanted. And Destiny finally gets that down. It looks like this probe got punched in the face a few times. A couple Zerglings coming out, 2 of them. A standard scouting right off the pool. It's good for just checking the front door and clearing that pesky probe that is always there at the natural. So, I'm not too familiar with this map. I don't play it a lot. I think maybe it's not in my map pool. Not too sure. I don't really like the natural setup here with the three huge chokes. But I know that I've watched some pretty fantastic games on this map. So, hopefully this is one of those. And, oh no, he's not paying attention, not starting that warp tech. And maybe that's part of the plan. I'm not really sure. I don't know what this Taberu guy is doing. There you go. That was just late. He did end up starting it. He sat on a lot of gas there. He must have been preoccupied somewhere. So this warp tech is going to be late. So right away, that's something. Although if he's going for a 3-gate expand, which is a very popular build against Zerg, that warp tech is really necessary. Supply block as well. What is he doing? Oh Jesus, Taberu playing a very sloppy game right from the start. That pylon didn't go down until he'd already been supply blocked for some time. So we're gonna see the offcast of this. If we take a look at the income tab, Zerg will be shooting way past him in a moment, as this natural is up and is starting to construct drones. And because of that supply block, his pressure window is smaller too. There's always a timing attack that can come out of 3-gate expand, and he's going to miss that window if he continues to play like this. So, I'm not sure what Taberu is going to do. A Spine Crawler going down for Destiny, which not really necessary if he had known that his opponent had been supply blocked. He does have this Scouting Overlord that he can fly in here, suicide in here later if he needs to, if he's unsure what's happening. But it's pretty obvious as to what's going on. The only thing that could really come out of this that's strange is if some sort of tech building like a starport, sorry, Stargate goes down after the expansion goes up instead of 2 more gates. And an odd way to position your units. Hope a Baneling doesn't get up in there while he's not paying attention. That would be a sad day for Protoss. But what are we going to see from Destiny? Kind of spending a lot of time on the Protoss player. Just seems to be macroing up. 7 drones on the way. We are getting Zergling speed and a whole lot of lag. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, getting both gases, which not sure what to say about that. Maybe he is transitioning into those infestors that we are used to seeing from Destiny, and those will be early infestors indeed. But I mean, that's what he needs. He's going to be going up against a 6-gate all-in, not all-in, but a 6-gate timing attack. He's going to need those infestors to hold it off. Forge going down for Taberu, going to get those upgrades, and I'm pretty sure we should expect the same from... We're seeing roaches, so roach infestor maybe. He's going to need... He's got 2 gases, so he's definitely going some sort of tech. It won't be just roaches. I'd like to see 2 evolution chambers go down for massive upgrades. It's the only way he'll be able to keep up with the Protoss and his upgrades. However, there we go. Finally seeing Weapons 1 come out of that forge. He needs to be chronoing that and get it done fast. Taking a look at the income tab once again, we have 44 harvesters to 32. So as we predicted, the Zerg player is way ahead in income. He's got a few lings out on the map, but not nearly enough to do any kind of damage. I'm not really sure why they're out there. At least make some use of them, scout around. He's going to lose them all if he runs in here with those, and he is going to take a look at what the Protoss army is made of, and with nothing he can do any damage to with those lings. So he is going to back off, starting a wall down across his natural. The Protoss player throwing down gateways, and what is he spending his chrono on? On income. So the Protoss player is trying to catch up in income. He's going for that timing attack. He is actually, he does have this unit count out in good timing. I thought he was going to be really late. He's actually dropping 3 more gates instead of 2, which, that's the 6-gate timing. Some people go for the 5-gate and drop a robo. He's going to need a robo soon if infestors do start to come out. Going back to the production tab because I will miss out on infestors if they show. But it looks like just primarily roaches right now. Getting a lot of overload upgrades as well, and baneling upgrades actually. Baneling speed, centrifugal hooks coming out, and starting to spread that creep. Taking a 3rd, so that's a good decision as well if he is going to transition to those infestors. That's all I'm really thinking about. I see Destiny and I think infestors, and I want to see them when I see Destiny play. But maybe he, after 1.4, is deciding to change the game up because everybody expects him to go infestors. What else would he do with his Destiny? Photon cannons going down as he does not have detection. That is a good decision. If any kind of burrow roach action comes out, he'll need those cannons to see them when he is defending. But he has no mobile detection. Here comes the push. The roaches do swallow something. As it gets too far ahead, I think it was a zealot. And why is he backing off? I'm not sure. He can easily take that roach count, although there are a lot of lings and banelings in the back that he does not know about. He will push and shove into this base. And now he's spotting the creep on the low ground. The pylon goes down for proxy warpins. He's starting to smash down the blocks to have access to this base. But Destiny sees it. There are banelings in the overlords. We are going to see a baneling drop here as he tries to engage. He will drop 2 force fields so the roaches can't get in as he tries to attack the hatchery. He will be sniping this hatchery. No! Okay, roaches do get in range and he has to back off. Those are a lot of roaches. Morpheus force field goes down. But those are a bit of a waste. Those were not well placed force fields. They do overlap, and there's some good ones, but not really trapping any units. Those roaches are so fast on creep. And he might get this hatchery. I don't know if he will or not. This is such a delicate situation for the Zerg. He can't use those banelings before it's time, you know, if he doesn't time it right with his roaches. No! He's gonna go with the banelings and it's too soon! He can't drop banelings on this like this. The roaches aren't there to support. The banelings are going to soften the stock and not kill them. Stop him. Be able to get away. Now he's sniping overloads one at a time. This is becoming very costly for the Zerg player. And the Zerg is not macroing while this is happening either. He's sitting on a huge bank. Protoss is spending his money, however. Getting this 3rd up, well saturated, starting to get both gases going. And he will be engaging these roaches shortly, I'm sure. He has more than enough to take them, although he lost most of his sentry. I wonder if any of those banelings got down and landed. I didn't see it, but it's very possible. And we do have Overlord scouting on that 3rd, so the Zerg is well aware that it exists. A 4th going down for the Zerg. And here comes another engagement. He needs a blink. The Protoss player really needs a blink to engage this to stop him. Especially putting up 1 sentry. Blink or sentries, one or the other. You can't really take stalkers in a straight up fight. Sorry, in a straight up fight. Just because of the sheer number they can produce. However, Destiny has gone for this this weird sort of Overlord drop style, and it's really taking away from the power of his roaches. He's behind on upgrades, he's behind on roach count. Destiny is really outnumbered right now, and he is supply blocked due to sending his overlords in first. So I'm not really sure what this means for Destiny right now. He sees this overlord floating around, and I think Taberu was afraid that those were going to be banelings, so he did run his line. It's a good fake out, and it's something Protoss really has to be afraid of. Like a couple banelings plopping out of an overlord can wipe your line in seconds. It's like hell, man. But these stalkers are going to come in here and just try to use their mobility to poke and prod and snipe some units as they cause trouble. Do damage to the hatchery. If you can get that hatchery down, he will be in such incredible shape. And this overlord is going to float off. I think it's going to be some rough grass. Well, the stalker get in here and cause trouble. Almost supply blocked again. Destiny is losing overlords left, right, and center, and that is what we are seeing. That overlord floating over the top of the map. We are going to see a baneling drop over here. I think when he moved his scouting overlord away and Taberu ran his probes, I think that gave Destiny the idea to do the baneling drop. Here we go. He has to commit to this drop right now as the stalker is taking pot shots, and here goes the banelings, almost getting two drones. Oh my goodness, he stopped running his probes, and there he goes. But he had to pay attention to this, that's why. Two-prong attack. Here we go, the overlord drop. It looks like the Protoss player is starting to become shaken. He's letting these things happen to him, which he was very on top of before, but I think he's still in good shape. He's still okay. He was far enough ahead that a mistake like that is not going to end the game for him. Warping in a lot more stalking, but now he is deciding to fight straight up, and his blink marker is okay. There we go, it is finally paying off for him. Softening his roaches up and blinking to chase them down. And now we're going to get some free overlord. So this is going to be so good for the Zerg player. Zerg player needs to smarten up. He needs to, well, actually, that was a pretty good play. He did a lot of damage, but the Zerg player needs to keep up that pressure. He needs to keep those drops working for him. He's gotten those upgrades and done that research and paid for that, you know, that ability to drop those things. He's not making it cost effective for himself. He's leaving a lot of overloads and not doing a whole lot of damage with the banelings. Banelings are very touchy against Protoss, especially a Protoss like this who's got cannons in his base for defense. The Burrow Roach Baneling, not really a good thing. He needs more numbers and more upgrades. And here, finally, Destiny going back to what he knows. The Infestors, getting the Neural Parasite for it and everything. But yes, banelings work much better against Protoss if they are overloaded. Protoss has no detection, but he can absolutely see those overlords coming. I don't know what the strategy here is. Lings are a good choice for sure. It adds fodder to the roach count and stops the stalkers from shooting at what they need to be shooting at, as well as doing a lot of damage to them, as they're not very good at dealing with lings, especially without force field. Roaches not nearly in the count that the stalkers are in, but mixed in well with a number of other targets, so that will allow roaches to do some good damage. They don't have Burrow yet. I don't understand this build composition here from the Zerg player. He's on par in base count with the Protoss, but that means he's falling way behind. We already have Templar Tech out, which will allow feedback against the Infestors, and Immortals starting to come out as well. Hopefully those don't get Neural Parasited, and for the Protoss that would be bad news bears for him. And look! How many Infestors have come out all at once? What a transition out of nowhere, but somehow the Protoss player suspected just that, and here we do have an observer finally. Very late detection, and hopefully feedback does go down in Storm. He can't see the Infestors, but he did equip those. The high tempo wandered into their death. Combo both going down on all the stalkers. Those feedbacks were not good enough as they did not hit their mark. This Immortal doing a shit ton of damage. A second Immortal moving out and the first one being micro back. Good play. Infested Terran coming out and doing a lot of damage. He needs to pull back and he doesn't need to fight the Infested Terran. They're doing too much damage to him. Mixed in with the roaches though, it's hard to decide who he's shooting at. Finally, the Protoss does clean up this engagement. I'm not really sure. I think a hatchery is rallied right here, and those Infested Terran do die to their expiry date. A couple more High Templar coming in, and look at this. A Nexus being spawned in a remote position. The Zerg trying to do the same. The Zerg has now, like, remaxed. Not remaxed, but he's way ahead of the Protoss player. The ability for the Zerg player to just re-spit out an army, just reproduce an army, is so scary. And, you know, you defend an attack and you think you're in good shape. You go to counterattack and it's bigger than it was before. So something the Protoss player really has to worry about. And Destiny really doing a good job of keeping on top of his macro, and still maintaining a toe-to-toe ratio with the Protoss, even though he's been taking hit after hit after hit after hit. And I guess cutting the... in my last cast I was talking about fighting against Terran and how dealing economic damage isn't really... You know, that's gonna be right back again. If you can kill SCVs against Terran, you know, the mules carry them out until they can replenish that count, so it's not really a huge detriment to Terran when you kill their mineral line. But against Zerg, if you can kill mineral lines, it's fantastic because they thrive on their mineral income, and then they have to spend those larvae on more drones instead of military units. So it will give you a window to get back on your feet, to really get ahead of the game, and it's what you need to be doing. So, killing an army as Zerg, killing a Zerg army is not really a huge pickup, as it replaces itself so fast. We've got a lot of Templar here by themselves. Storm going down on the Templar themselves. That was very scary. He could have lost all his Templar there at once. A single Templar getting ahead of itself and getting roasted. Storm going down on those roaches. Immortals ahead of themselves to get shots off, which the middle range is so good against roaches. 3 Immortals mixed into the Stalker Zealot army is going to be so effective. And an Observer giving view for the High Templar so they can feedback those Infestors, which is so important, as those Infestors are going to be what wins Destiny the game. And here we go. A ton of Overlords flying in, trying to get ahead. And, you know, it allows the roaches to just chase down and shoot the Stalkers, because the Stalkers can't stop the shoot, or the Banelings will rain on them like this. Here it goes, the Banelings are not. Oh, so much splash damage among the Infestors trying to keep on the good. There's just so much damage going down on the Stalkers. The Stalkers going forward. There are good upgrades on the Stalkers. 3-1. Pretty solid. And now Destiny is going to have Overlords once again. A little splash of come down, and it looks like Destiny is going to lose all these Infestors. What is he doing? He's not paying attention. He's trying to get all the Overlords. That's what Taberu is doing. Now finally sniping those Infestors. A lot of Infestors go down. Roaches and Lings coming in to do damage to Taberu's army as it tries to retreat. So many cannons over here. Lots of gateways to Taberu. I don't know where they all are, but he is reproducing Stalkers very quickly, and we have Zealots executing workers here. And going down to scout for this base, knowing that it's there is key, as he will. Look at all this. I missed this. He's just all over the place. Zealots just causing trouble. And the Zerg player, Destiny can't keep up with it. He was really trying to focus on the army itself, and he did a lot of damage to it. Bailey dropped as well as the Infestors. Lost his Infestors. Huge mistake. Zealots taking a lot of damage to these Stalkers, and even though Zealots are not very effective, oh! Banelings could do a lot of damage to these Stalkers. They do indeed, and it really caused the Stalkers to back off, whereas without those Banelings, those Stalkers would have ended that base, and that base is very important for Destiny. It looks like some Zealots might suicide themselves in just to finish off this hatchery, and can they get it down? No, but it is that much closer, and another wave of suicide fighters like that could be the end. And here comes some more Zealots from this pylon. They will start to work on the hatchery, which caused the Zerg army to pull down and go defend it, which could cause this base to go down, and it does. So many drones going down for Destiny. The Stalkers come in, their mobility is so frustrating for the Zerg to deal with. This hatchery does go down, and the Stalkers will get out of there completely unharmed, simply because a few Zealots started to work on this hatchery here. So, great split tactics by Taberu. He is pulling ahead in this game very quickly, and I just don't know what to say. Very effective play by Taberu. Now going for Archons rather than Templar, as the roach count for Destiny starts to exceed any kind of Infestor threat. We are seeing changelings wander across the map, and I don't know what to tell you guys. I really hope I haven't done this whole cast with my volume way too high. Oh dear God. I think we're good. Okay. So I never know until I'm like done the cast and I'm watching it afterwards, and I'm like, well, I can't hear my voice. Throw it in the recycling bin. That always sucks. Anyway, we've got two changelings here seeing everything. Hopefully, nope, Taberu's not going to spot them at all. And Storm going down, more Stalkers joining the fray as well as an Immortal. This is a scary Protoss army against what it's facing. Only one Infestor in the mix. Hopefully we see some more join the army, and we do. There's two more. And with that that upgrade that they get to boost their starting energy, they do have the ability to jump into the fight right away. Going to start smashing the rocks, probably canceling that match, even though he's going to break the rocks in the future. A couple of Stalkers watching for that army. Here it goes! Oh, we got infested in the back! If only the Stalkers saw those, he could have jumped on those right away where there would have been no more infestors in the mix, but it looks like we won't be able to get them anymore as they are behind the army. But the Protoss army, I feel that they could just take this army straight up. No! The Immortals and the Stalkers are getting popped themselves. One Immortal just executed. What is he doing? He's losing units without doing any damage. He's just wandering around with his Archons, wandering around with his Immortals. He could have fought back there and done a lot of damage to this Zerg army, as it is all bio and he's got lots of Archons in the mix. And he's just covering the field with cannons, which is hilarious to me, but it's what you really need to be doing against Zerg, as they can do a lot of two-pronged stuff. Just saying, they can run all over the map because they have such high unit counts and they can throw them away so easily. And here we go. He's going to snipe a lot of Infestors. Destiny being really sloppy with the positioning of the Infestors. Huge storms going down all over the roaches. Immortals feel late to the show, but their support will be important as this Archon is kicking some ass. The bottom half of this Protoss army got cleaned up. What is this Archon doing? Wandering around doing nothing. Immortals executing their own Stalkers. The Stalkers trying to finish off that Infestor. And finally, those Immortals get out of there and do some damage before they die. That was a huge hit to the Protoss army. However, the likelihood of any kind of counterattack from the Zerg being affected is very low because these cannons are everywhere. Stalkers trying to finish off what's left of this expansion, trying to do some damage to the mineral line, but just can't. The Stalkers try to run from these links. Oh, look at this! Stalkers on the high ground. I didn't know that pylon was there. I don't think Destiny knew that pylon was there. The Stalkers will get in here and do some damage to this mineral line, just completely obliterating it as it is making. There's no protection to fight back against the Stalkers. Roaches can defend. The Stalkers will be able to blink down on the low ground. And I don't know whose game this is. This could go in any direction. Finally, Destiny gets these in a corner, lands on the low ground, places on the high ground. The Stalkers are moving close, blinking down and getting executed. One of the guards on the wings of the ground. Looks like Destiny got the Stalkers. I thought those Stalkers were in good shape, but they are not going down. And Destiny will defend this base, although he is far behind in income right now. 81 Harvesters for the Protoss, 41 for the Zerg, and Destiny just won't be able to keep up with the production of the Protoss at this point. A probe moving forward with the Stalkers to drop the Proxy Pylon. He will be able to keep pressure up on his expansions as he is slowly bringing Destiny down. I don't know what Destiny can do. Still trying to fight with just small forces and Zerglings. Again, he's surrounding Stalkers again, tapping them, getting sloppy. Only goes so down with the Stalkers defending the position away, stopping the will go down to the small road squads. And they get stuck in the middle line. They are actually doing quite a bit of damage, fighting these roaches away even when they're on creep. And finally they will go down to their roaches between the middle line and the Geyser. No high ground vision. And another small squad cleaned up by Destiny. Look at all these icons being working on the Templar. It's Templar and all these fighting roaches. Storm doesn't really do that much damage to them anyway. These rocks will go down, giving Destiny access to this base. Hopefully the cannons finish in time. I think they will if we can get some units in here to stall. But no, these cannons will not finish in time. Although Destiny is not paying attention, he's not moving in. He will finally get in here and do some damage. let this message go down. He's running his line, so he did not take much damage at all, and this wall of cannons will stop anything. And Immortal and Stalker sandwich him in between the Archons, and they do get away, but after heavy losses, and Destiny really can't afford that right now, as he's on few bases that have any mineral line at them. And he uses Larva for military units, so he will lose the rest. So he can't afford to reproduce drones. There we go. Mineral Parasite going down with the Immortals. Immortals just hammering away on the Archons and the Stalkers. He needs to snipe that. There he goes, finally getting down. But after losing quite a bit to his own Immortals. And few units for Destiny wandering the map once again. I think what Taberu really needs to do now is just take advantage of his lead and macro up a big death ball and just roll over Destiny. However, on the other side, if he gives Destiny the chance to re-macro up his harvesters, this game will be over. Destiny could pull himself back in. But Destiny's sitting here being very patient. He knows he can't wander into that, and the hatchery is already gone, so there's no point in losing his units. So he backs off, and he tries to defend this last hatchery that has very little health to begin with because of those Zealot harasses earlier. Lots of Archons in this mix, and Immortals. Immortal Archon is a scary thing if all you have is roaches. So, Taberu doing quite well after me thinking he would do poorly at the beginning of the game, as his timing is related to supply blocking himself, but I think Destiny has just given him so many opportunities to pick up with misplacement of his infestors and sacrificing of his overlords, trying to do Baneling drops. Not an effective tactic right now against this type of unit combo. The more dogs are far more effective. These roaches, they've got 2-1, so they can punish Stalkers hard. Destiny leaves the game without a GG. Guys, Destiny loses this game to Taberu, a player I've not even really heard of in quite the epic game. That was a 37-minute game, not 37 minutes real time, of course, because the game's faster. But anyway, I'm Mr. Incarnum, you're watching StarCraft Inc.